So if you're new to the tarot, new to cards, how they work, there are major arcana and then there are minor or pip cards. The major arcana, those are things that are huge. They're big, they're game changers, they're life-changing, life-altering. They're also destined. They are things that are fated. And when dealing with those things, we don't have any control. You don't have any control with it. Good news is you don't have any of those. So you don't have destiny, things that I can see so far that are keeping you stuck. And the nice thing is with the minors, the pip cards, your free will, you do have more control. It's smaller things. It's like daily life, daily routine, getting through things, but it's smaller. It's not change your life. It's not a new marriage. It's not a new relationship. It's not moving across the country. It's not completely change your careers. It's daily things, and you have control over it. So what we have is we have your situation, which is partnerships and alliances. We have the recent past, which is material harvest. We have something that you are unaware of, which is rest and rejuvenation. And then we have recommendations. And for you, it is the angel of relaxation. Okay, so your situation, partnership and alliances, card number 3. And this would be a wand card in traditional tarot. And that's all about our willpower, our principles, our inspiration, what it is that inspires us. And also our aspirations. What do we aspire to achieve, obtain? And this is talking about seeing the fruits of our labor take seed, blossom, grow. It can also be talking about paying attention to synchronicities and signs that bring new opportunities to create something new, to create something different. I get that some of you are actually starting a new partnership, a new alliance. And I get for many of you that this is it's like a business partnership. It's a relationship that's founded on money, because there's no cups in here. There's no emotion. There's no love. There's not that emotional connection. It's really partnerships, alliance. I mean, this is coins, swords, thoughts. I mean, it's really all about monetary money, making things happen, making business happen. But I get that you had a partnership, a relationship, an alliance. It fell apart. It ended because things were off balance. Because this card reminds us that partnerships, it doesn't matter if it's a romantic partnership, a business partnership. I mean, it can even be friendships. It reminds us that it has to be completely balanced. See, they're equally holding each other's arms. You've got the flags. It's kind of like a yin-yang. But it has to be in balance, because anytime with all partnerships, if you have one partner giving and the other person always taking, there's an even exchange. Things get out of balance. So if you're the partner that's constantly giving all the time, you will feel drained. You will. So if you're in a partnership or business partnership or whatever, where you're constantly giving money, because there's a stack of money there, if you're constantly financially giving, you'll also be financially drained. But whatever it's that you're giving, give it time, effort, money, you'll feel drained. You will feel unappreciated. Eventually, it will lead to feeling anger, resentment, and ultimately lead to blow up and people going separate ways. I do get, though, that some of you have actually had that. You had a partnership that like completely blow up and end, because it was not in balance. And also with being balanced, what this also reminds us, we have color like transformation and communication. We have a lot of blue communication. They're saying also when it comes to partnerships, alliances, that being reminded to have an open mind when listening to others, listening to their perspective, their thoughts, their view. So maybe for some of you, this partnership ended because your partner, they were not listening to you. They were very forceful, pushing their will, the way that they're going to have it, their way or the highway. And again, that puts it off balance. That's interesting. You see how there's like this tattoo, this marking on his arm? Years ago, when people were in slavery, there would be tattoos. They would be tattooed to mark them that, you know, this person belonged to this person, was there to serve them. I get, for those of you that recently had a relationship or a business partnership fall apart, one of you felt indentured to the other. You felt like you served the other person. You even were made to feel like, for some of you, you literally felt like you were, you use the term slave, but you felt like you were enslaved to them. Like they kept you stuck. They kept you shackled. They would rule with an iron fist. They would purposely keep you trapped, keep you stuck. And for some of you, you've tried to free yourself from this, and it wouldn't work. Repeatedly, see, you would be pulled back in. When you try to break free, constantly being pulled back in. So for some of you, that, you know, it was a love relationship. It's as though, I don't want you, but no one else will have you. So it's kind of like when they're saying, for some of you, that it's a love relationship, it would repeatedly fall apart, and they would pull you back in. Because again, like, I own you. No one else can have you. I don't love, because there's no love in this at all. So you weren't being pulled back in because I love you. I want to build something with you. I want to create a family. I'm so in love with you. That wasn't the foundation. It wasn't built on love. It was built on money, greed, and control. So just when you would break free of this person, they would simply pull you back in. Sometimes they pull you back in because they didn't want you to be happy with anyone else, or pull you back in because they needed assistance, they needed help, needed money. But it wasn't for the right reasons, and it completely fell apart. But it's completely fallen apart because it was meant to. And it is because it's going to bring you love. It's going to bring you, for those of you that this is a love relationship, it's going to bring you the person where it's built on the right foundation. Where it's not a... So for those of you that this is love, this isn't, or wasn't, because I get from those of you in this situation, you're not together anymore. But it was never a relationship. It wasn't founded on love. It may have been early on, but it hasn't been in, they're saying, from some of you, years. It's just not been founded on love. It's been founded on, what can you do for me? Very surface, very meaningless. And for whoever was the person doing the taking, a very selfish reason, only to serve their purposes. And for some, they're kind of a mean person, because for some, they're saying, you know, when you, or them, they're saying some of you could be the person that was pulling them back in. But when you were, they would try to leave, trying to find happiness of heart, trying to find the things they want. You would just bring them back in, because, or they would rein you back in, not wanting you to be happy. Like, I'm not happy, you're not going to be happy. Now, for those of you that this is just a business partnership, same thing. It has fallen apart. It was totally off balance. You were giving all the time, nothing. It was one-sided. But whether business or personal, it was totally one-sided. And it ended with a blow-up, but it didn't end with, like, heartache. So for those of you that this was a love thing, it didn't end with heartache for you. Now, the recent past, you have material harvest. If you look, he's got his hands out. He has coins, fruit, bottles for wine sitting in front of him. It's number 9. This is all about reaping what you sow. And it would be a pentacle. It's a pentacle card. So it's really all about finances and money, you know, working hard for your harvest. Because, you know, in the springtime, we'll go out and we'll plant everything. And in the fall, we reap the harvest. We bring it in. We enjoy what we've worked so hard to achieve. This is a card that also talks about learning our lessons along the way. Reaping what we sow. Learning things that worked, things that did not work. It's also a 9, and 9 speaks of endings. So we're saying in the recent past, when this ended, it was meant to end because it was something that was to teach you a lesson. In order to, in the future, when you have a future partnership, alliance, or a relationship, that you can have that be withstanding, so that it'll be prosperous, so that it'll be successful. It's also about, evaluating what is it that you want. What else is it that you want to achieve? You've reached this level of achievement. This is over. What is it that you want next? What are the things that you've learned from this? How have you grown? How have you evolved? How have you developed to, in the future, get the things that you desire? And so for some of you, maybe it was a business partnership you were investing in and then end up flopping. How are you going to create a business in the future and select a new partner? Someone that can be counted on. So that in the future you can have an abundant harvest. Now, what you are not aware of is number 4, rest and rejuvenation. You see, he's out by himself in the woods. This would be a sword card, and that's all about thoughts, communication, really going within so we can step into our power. And this is talking about, a period of rest, meditation, reflection, recuperation that's needed at the conclusion of a very emotional or mentally taxing experience or situation. That's just totally drained you and drained everything you have. And 4 is, it speaks about your foundation. So it's time, so there was a faulty foundation. And so there has to be this rest and rejuvenation to heal your soul, to heal your heart, to move forward, to move on. But actually taking that space for that reflection, taking that time. Because it's essential, it's needed, and it's long overdue. But by allowing yourself to take the time to look at the situation, look that it was built on a faulty foundation, really sit back and look at the problem situation for what it is, take the time to review your life, review it for clarity, review it for seeing things as they are, review it for seeing what are the things that you desire, what is it that you want, how do you make the changes moving forward in order to create a healthier, happier, mutually beneficial partnership, to build a solid foundation. You have to take that time. That's interesting. If you look, it's actually the same guy. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's the same guy. But you're not aware of it. Okay. So this partnership, we'll keep calling it partnership because for some of you, for a number of you, it is love related, but it wasn't founded on love. It was just kind of a, you help me, I'll help you. But they're saying even some of you, you were making the other person think that there was love. Again, a faulty foundation. Or they were making you think that there was love. Maybe you were in it because you thought, okay, this is meaningful. This is love of my life. I'm going to build this. So they would play on that to pull you in, keep you stuck, keep you bringing this harvest in for them, when really all they wanted was the harvest and money. You're not aware that they are now taking the time to reflect and really decide what they want. And they're saying that you have to let go, because it wasn't built on the right foundation. It wasn't built on love. It wasn't balanced. There was a lot of hurt. Because they're saying you don't want to let this person go. You don't want to let him go. You can change the sex as we go through this, But I'm getting that it was a him. He was bringing in the harvest. He was bringing in the money. But he's now, so they're saying what you're not aware of is he's now taking the time to reflect and realize that this isn't what he wants. This isn't a balanced partnership. This isn't a good partnership. And that's why it ended. Because I get for most of you that it already ended. But yet for some of you, you're trying to pull him back in. You're trying to have him remember, you know, it was good in the beginning. We can make this work out. But he's taking that time to make that decision. Now, as far as what's recommended for you, Capricorn, and what you can do, we have Angel of Relaxation. And at the bottom, it says, let go of desired outcomes and you will get what you want. I'm going to read the book real quick. Okay. Everything will fall into place and become clear when it is meant to. So switch off and take it easy for a while. The Angel of Relaxation has appeared in your reading to help you relax by keeping your focus fixed on all it is you wish to happen. You are, in a way, preventing the natural flow of events to unfold. Surrender any project or concern to the angels and knowing that all is being taken care of. Focus on all you have achieved to date and on your many blessings. Take time to nurture and pamper yourself and start to do more of those things which nourish your soul instead of worrying about the future. By relaxing and letting go of desired outcomes, you create the space for the angels and the universe to give you that, to give you what you want. Trust. So yeah, for many of you, this is money related, because it's totally talking about money, income, being able to support, to take care of yourself. And some of you are trying to pull this person in because they are helping financially provide for you. And so you're grasping onto them like with a death grip, trying to get them to come back as your business partner or a person that you've romantically been involved with so that they can help you financially. But they're saying you don't have to worry about that. You'll be taken care of. This isn't a good relationship or business partnership, and it hasn't been for a very, very long time. They're saying for some of you this has been ugly for years, and they've been trying to separate the two of you. I mean, Capricorn, you guys are an earth sign. You're very grounded. You're all about the foundation, money, finances, thinking logically. That's what you do. You don't need to worry about taking care of yourself financially, because they're saying to let him go or her go. Let them go, because your financial needs will be taken care of. And for those of you that this was a relationship, it was not founded on love. There's not love in it. You want love, but for those of you that are in that situation, that isn't why you stayed in the relationship with this person. You stayed in the relationship with this person because of money, finances, what they could bring you, what they could do for you. Coming out of a place of fear. Capricorns, you're very earthy, you're very grounded. You think about practical things. You're not a water sign, all up in emotions, love. You just, I want to make sure I have a nice home, a nice car, I want to be taken care of. And that this relationship did provide that, but that's all. And for those of you, it's a business partnership, that's fine. That's what a business partnership is for. But I get, some of you, the business and the romantic were intermingled. Like maybe you're buying properties together. And I get some of it was just a romantic relationship, keeping that person so that they can help you, because there's this fear of not being able to take care of yourself, but you can take care of yourself and they will help you with that. You don't need to stay in a relationship that makes you unhappy just for money. I mean, at some point we have to sit down and think about, like, what will we sell our souls for? And sell our souls for money isn't worth it, because you're in a state of unhappiness. You've not been happy in this relationship for a long time. It's not rewarding. It's not filled with love. It's not filled with unconditional love. It's not even filled with love. It's all about monetary value, financial gain. And many of you do want love. They're saying that, it's not what this person, but you would like to have love. Although that's not your priority. Right now, that's not your priority. Right now, your focus is work, making money, being financially secure. For some of you, that's been your priority for a very long time. It has not been love. But if and when, you have to be free of this to have that come in. And they're trying to have you be free of this because they're taking care of your finances. They really, really are. You do have to let go of this, though, because that's creating a block. Okay, they're saying explain how it's a block. Okay, so for those of you who say this is a relationship or a business partner that you're involved with, you keep pulling them back in because you're just so afraid that you're not going to be able to financially sustain and take care of yourself. Well, meanwhile, you keep wondering, okay, but it's totally unhappy. I get that there was a lot of contention, a lot of arguments in it. It was very ugly, particularly at the end. But you've held on to this no matter how ugly and off balance it was, because just terrified of no money. And what that has done, because it just made you unhappy, made them unhappy. It wasn't a good situation for anyone. But then meanwhile, you're trying to climb the ladder. For those of you that this was a love partnership, you're trying to climb the ladder at work. And you keep being passed over, or you're not getting the pay increases. And you're wondering, well, just why am I stuck? Why are things not happening? Why are things not moving forward? Why are things not opening up for me? It's because this was creating an energetic block, which can happen to any of us. If we have a relationship, a family issue, something going on at work, if we have something that has us very stressed, upset, worried, we will energetically bring ourselves down and create blocks in other areas. That was creating and has been creating blocks for you in other areas. They're trying to get you to just let go. Let go. There's something better. There's something better for you. Let go. And what they're saying is it's not even like it's better for you in a relationship, because I don't get a sense that it's founded on love. You will be taken care of financially. You will be provided for. You are so worried about looking out to take care of yourself financially. You have support. You have help. Ask the angels to help you. They're trying to help you. But holding on to someone and keeping them stuck and yourself stuck,